Government sources have indicated that India's trade delegation is on its way back from the United States after meetings with the American delegations, with the American officials, and both the sides are engaged positively in discussions. Sources also added that there has been progress which has been made in all discussions till now, and there are no major differences between both the sides. Speaking about the larger strategy of the government with respect to an increase in exports, the government is learned to have been in no rush to go ahead with the export promotion mission, and the consultation is continuing with exporters for now. Also, there have been indications from sources that exporters have been asked to not bleed or to lose out on their margins, but rather to focus on new markets, to focus on trade diversion into newer geographies and economies, to offset the impact of US tariffs and also the larger global uncertainty with respect to an economic slowdown which is somehow impacting overall imports from India. Speaking about other geographies in which India is already engaged for FTA negotiations, it has been learned that Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal would go to Berlin for the Berlin dialogue post Diwali. Post that, he would be in negotiations with the EU officials, even as India and the European Union are locked into negotiations for a free trade agreement. Subsequently, the Commerce Minister is expected to go to New Zealand for further talks for a free trade agreement. So all options, of course, remain open for India as far as increasing its exports is concerned. Another issue, of course, post the European Union's nod to India's fisheries exports, it has also been learned from sources that India is in talks with Russia for a further clearance which may be given to India's exports into the Russian market, particularly in the fisheries sector, which will boost the overall export competitiveness of India's fisheries exports and will allow Indian fisheries exporters to access not just a Russian market but the entire Eurasian Economic Union of which Russia is a part of.
What does it take to build India's largest startup platform? It takes a journey of starting out as an unknown and ending up as unforgettable. It takes more than 2 decades of celebrating the most influential and influencing the most celebrated entrepreneurs. From chronicling the stories of India's startup universe to becoming a success story in itself, as India's longest-running show on startups and entrepreneurship.
Young Turks at 22. Only on CNBC-TV18 and CNBC-TV18.com.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in to CNBC TV18. Make sure you follow us and stay updated on all our social media platforms.